Hotel Emeline has secured its place in Charleston with its swanky, sophisticated atmosphere to enjoy a drink, dinner, or overnight stay. It's now become a museum of sorts with the debut of its Artist-In-Residency program. We're joined by Shannon Hartman, Emeline's Director of Sales and Marketing, and artist Stephanie Forbes, whose work will be on display through the end of August. Ladies, it's great to have you.
Thank you.
Your work is beautiful, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit more about this collection.
Yeah, so this series I started almost a year ago, actually, called Divine Armor in the Low Country. So it's basically just speaking to St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians when he was imprisoned by Rome. So they're all battle pieces that are abstracted from Roman battle gear from the 3rd and 4th century.
Wow. Yeah. What drew you to that particular era and this particular medium?
Yeah, so I mean, I've worked with oysters kind of my whole life. I've collected them since I was a little girl. My dad and I used to go to Jekyll all the time, and it was kind of just like a meditative performance somewhat, that just the act of getting shells from the sea or the sand and looking at how beautiful they were, and it just became a hobby to collect them. And then I started wondering what I should do with all of these shells. So I started making jewelry, and then I started incorporating them into my conceptual work.
You're wearing some of those pieces right now.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, who would have ever thought of using oyster shells to create battle armor?
Yeah.
But it's you know, it's both delicate and sturdy at the same time.
Yeah.
It's got such beautiful lines, and it really lends itself to this type of art.
Yeah,
and to the costume, if you will.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Well, it's absolutely amazing just how different oysters can look. Mm-hmm. It really speaks to the environment which I retrieved them. Most of these helmets are made with shells that are site and date specific to its collection. Oh. So you can really see what's going on in the water. I have shells from 2018 that comprise a helmet, and then shells from just this past year.
How do they differ?
Well, you can really tell. So Jekyll specifically, with the oil spill that happened, well, the ship that turned over, yes. And there was just a little oil spill that happened in the water. A lot of the shells from St. Andrew's Beach specifically got a lot more interesting, which was really sad, but it was just
Is that what turns it black?
Beautiful. Or? So black is usually what happens when the shells are exposed to sun for a very long time or have been under the sand for a while.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so specifically with
archaeological
Jekyll,
too.
Yeah, exactly.
This is so interesting.
It's like
layers to this.
Fascinating. Yeah, it's really cool. And
Stephanie, I can see why.
Yeah, oysters, they're a great representation of what's happening in the water, and then symbolically acting as filtration, right?
Yeah,
so they filter water, and we can kind of see that in our own humanness, like the need to filter.
Yes.
The need to, and so that's why I thought they would be great in use of creating these battle pieces.
It's so beautiful. I love how eloquently you put that too. I mean, it really does transcend just everything about humanity within this one piece. So really, it's not a helmet, it's not just oyster shells, but when you talk about the filtration of your spirit, and it's fascinating. Shannon, this is an exciting program. What was the impetus for Emeline to do this Artist-In-Residency?
Well, the whole concept of Emeline is really to engage with the community in Charleston and the Low Country, and we've always wanted to move into this Artist-In-Residency, but we weren't quite sure who would be the right person to showcase or launch that, and then we saw Stephanie's work, and it just spoke to everything that captures the essence of Emeline, which is that voyager and that adventurous spirit, and really embraces the Low Country and the water and the natural landscape where we come from, and everything that Stephanie creates speaks to that, and she's just a great person to launch our Artist-In-Residency program.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, congratulations on this.
Thank you, yeah.
And Hotel Emeline, when did it officially open its doors?
We opened July 1st, 2020, so right in the middle of the pandemic, and we just celebrated our 2-year birthday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. I've had the pleasure of going into that hotel, and it really is a beautiful atmosphere. I love the lines. I love the architecture, the interior design, and then now you're adding just another layer to that. So this is fantastic. I want to thank you both so much for joining us.
Yeah,
Congratulations. So people,
you
can go to Hotel Emeline. You can see this on display from the end of July all the way through the end of August, and then we'll see other artists come up after that too. So, and they're all for purchase too, people. So make sure you contact Stephanie. I want to thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Layla.
much.
We're back after this.